Alexa, bed lamp on.
Okay.
Wow, it's a wet start this morning. So I know what you're thinking. What's this? This isn't a motorbike. And of course, you're right. That's because the trip isn't starting right now. Because stupidly, I agreed to go to work today. I should have took today off. The ferry we need to get from Hull is at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Well, I say 8:30 p.m. We've got to be boarded by 7 p.m. So I am working, and I'm going to finish, hopefully a little bit earlier than normal, which is 4 o'clock normally, so I can get to Hull in time. Because if I do finish at 4 and try and get to Hull for 7, alright, that's 3 hours, but the M62 at that time, it could be horrendous, and well, I don't want to be late. I don't want to miss my boat. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. This Euro trip does start today, and this is the beginning of it, kind of. Biker on his way to work. This has got to be the most stupid entrance to a motorway on the whole network. Junction 21, M62. It's like the magic roundabout. It goes round and round and round. I'm convinced there's accidents here quite regular, and I think it's because this bend to the motorway, people enter the motorway here at 20 miles an hour. They pull out in front of wagons that are thundering down out of Yorkshire at 20 mile an hour. Absolute suicide. It's always drove me mad. Never can understand why they've done this. Well, I kind of wish I'd not agreed to work today. But because earlier in the year I'd used 12 days off to go on a holiday, family holiday. I'm kind of running low on holidays, so I'm off, it's going to be 16 days in Europe. So I've took a few days off for that, so I've no holidays left. So I agreed to work today to try and save an holiday. So at least I've got a couple of days left for the rest of the year. In hindsight, that wasn't a good idea, because today it really could have done with preparation, getting the bike ready, getting it all, packing up, packing properly in a relaxed manner, rather than the panic it's going to be later today. Because although I've got to now focus on work, I've got to try and put the trip out of my head for a few hours. There's quite a lot to do today, but as soon as I finish work, it's going to be full Euro trip glory. I'm going to have to get home quick in the car, switch over to the motorbike, obviously put my motorbike gear on, and get going, but make sure, I'm sure at that point I'm going to be setting off in an absolute panic, wondering if I've got everything, if I've packed everything that I need to pack, and I've not forgot something, because that would be horrendous. Imagine you're setting off on such a long journey for such a long time, and a vital piece of equipment has been left behind. Disaster. So yeah, this is the first time on this channel motor trip has been a motor car, which is unusual. Gotta be honest, I have actually thought about filming in the car before. You know, on days where I've planned a trip out to go somewhere and the weather's not been playing ball. It's absolutely horrible weather, either freezing cold or just torrential rain. And I've thought to myself, shall I go in the car? I mean, I can still film the end result and the trip and talk and do all the things we're doing like I am now. But no, I've always gone on the bike, so I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll have another secret trip out in the car, but I prefer to be on the bike, if I'm honest. But there is weekends. I finish work. I plan to do a video, and I end up not filming anything at all because of the weather. So the car as a backup probably would be a good idea, at least to get a film in, you know. And that's it. I'm here. Way, finish work. Guess what's happening now? Let's get out of here.
That is the panic face of somebody who's just realised he's wound the window down on the passenger door that his camera is stuck to. Idiot. This horror is only just beginning. Guess what happens next? You couldn't make it up.
Can I get out of the yard and there's someone coming in?
Somebody who wants you to wind your window down again.
What are you looking for? Where, sorry? I think it's this building here, but it's on the other side.
The courtyard.
Yeah.
Is that there?
It's this side here, yeah. Cheers, pal. That's... just can't believe it, can you? You won't believe it. Never happens to me, that. So I've got this camera stuck to the passenger door window on a sucker. Just set off, car pulls up, indicates me to wind my window down, which of course I can't do because my camera's on it. Bleeding hell. Thinks I'm an ignorant shit. 20 degrees apparently. So sorry about the noise, he's putting the aircon on. There's a luxury you don't have on the motorbike. So what I'm doing now is I'm heading on the motorway. Just passing the turn off at junction 20 for the M62, Rochdale. I pass Rochdale. I live an extra junction down from Rochdale, so one more junction for me to Milnrow. Get the car home on the drive, get in, get my work clothes off, and I won't have time for a shower or anything to eat or anything. I'm just going to get home, go straight in my work clothes, straight into my biking gear, bike out the garage, put the panniers on, the top box on, just check everything's on it and check around the house, make sure I've not left something, and that's it. Get going. If the weather's like this, I'll be absolutely dreamy. I've got to be honest, the weather forecast isn't that great. I mean, even in Holland and Germany we're getting rain looking at it at the moment. I'm really looking forward to the trip and being able to see everything in nice light. Of course it looks better on camera as well. I mean, you guys don't want to watch pouring rain, do you? You don't want to watch me suffer. So it'll be much better in the sunshine, like everything is. So fingers crossed. So Jonathan, who I'm going on this ride with, has had the day off. He's the one with a bit of sense, not like me. Last minute Larry here. So I'm going to coming off now. I'm just indicating now to come off the junction 21. Yeah, we're basically minutes away from me getting my bike out. Good stuff. And then it's Hull. Here we come. Work today, as it has been for the last few weeks, absolutely rammed work-wise, so it takes me an hour or two to come out of that mode once I leave work and start relax a little bit. I'll be nearly at Hull by the time I'm chilled out. And I have to say as well, I'm stuck in traffic. I'll explain a little thing. One of the things they do on the ferries, this is amazing. On the website, you can't book 2 people on 2 motorbikes. It's ridiculous. I tried to book me on my bike, Jonathan on his bike. Can't do it. So you've got to book it like it's me and Jonathan on one bike, and then go back to them and add a second bike. It's ridiculous. So I did do that and paid for the extra bike, and they give me another reference number. So I've got a reference number when I get to the ferry of me and Jonathan and my bike, and then I've got this additional reference number for just his bike. But when I come to this week, like you do when you go on any ship or a plane, and you got to do that passenger information thing you got to fill in with your passport number and all that lot. I've done that this week, so I've activated our reference number for us and my bike, but when I type the reference number in for just Jonathan's bike, the website come back saying there's no such reference. So don't know why, but I've just got this funny nagging feeling in the back of my brain when I get to the ferry tonight, it's going to be a delay. It's going to be one of them, can you just stand to one side, lads? I can see it coming. Biker. Oh my god, I've just waved at a biker. I'm in the car. It's bad enough nodding and waving at bikers when you're on the bike, but you start doing it in the car. That poor biker there, you'll be like, what's he waving at? He will have no idea my bike. He won't be thinking, oh, he's a biker, him, that's why he's waving. He'll be just thinking I'm a knobhead. Which is right, yeah, I am. Okay, that's it. That's the son's car. Seatbelt off. The next time you see me, I'll be in the bike gear.
So coming up very soon.